Hi, good evening friends. Today I shall discuss you how to create data center in the VCSA vCenter server appliances and how to create cluster in the data within that data center and how to add hosts ESXi host on that particular cluster, how to create clone virtual machine within that cluster, and we have already uh, discussed in our previous video how to create VMware ESXi host, how to create vCenter server appliances, how to create Windows 2022 AD server, and how we have installed vCenter server appliances on that particular Windows 2022 server. Now I shall show you the vCenter server application iCenter and our subject. We will discuss about the vCenters, what are the differences between ESXi host web console and VCSA vCenter server appliances. So first we will open the VMware workstation. You can see that we have installed 3 ESXi hosts, 1 NAS, and 1 Windows 2000 Server 2022. Okay, so now I shall show you how to how to open vCenter Server Appliances console. Okay, so double click on the Microsoft page. Let's first open Windows Server 2022 new virtual machine. Okay, so click on Send Control Del and type the domain administrator password. You know that in my previous video I have shown that this is the Windows 2022 domain controller, and within that domain controller I have installed vCenter server appliances, and the target host was 192.168.159.4, that is ESXi 7 host. That means this host, that is the target server of the vCenter server appliance, and these are the other hosts, which host we will add in the vCenter server appliance, vCenter server. Okay, so click on Microsoft page and we will open the web console of vCenter server. Okay, so before that we can do one more thing. We can open VMware ESXi host also, that on which the VCSA is installed. So 192.168.159.4 is the vCenter server, means ESXi server on which the vCenter is installed. So this is the web console. So this is our VCSA machine. Okay, click on virtual machine. This is our VCSA. So first we have to power on this VCSA. Okay, so double click on this. It will start on the virtual machine. Takes a little bit time. Okay. On other hosts, we can open the web console of the other host also in the meantime. So I have given this number 7. Okay, so open this. So this is also an ESI host, so we will open with root and credential. Okay, so this is the first host machine where the vCenter server is installed. This is our also first I have to power on this virtual machine ESXi host. So let's check whether this virtual VCSA is started or not. Okay, so go to ESX and you can see that it is almost started. I've logged in with root credentials. So it will take a little bit time in virtual center server, vCenter server. Okay. In the meantime, you can see that our third ESXi host, rather you can say it is the third ESXi host. It is also started. Okay. So once it will be started, then we will open the web console of this ESXi server also. Okay. So vCenter server is still logged. This is the Linux server, so we will open with root only, root administrator. You can try with, as the VCSA single sign, you can try with administrator@titlabtechno.com also. This is our domain controller domain for test environment. Okay. So I think it will take a little bit time. So this is our vCenter server. We have already this vCenter server is started. So let's try to open it on a web console. First we will go to Windows Server 2022 and we will try to open here. Yeah, and it is no healthy upstream it is showing because it is not yet started fulfilled. Some services are yet to start, so we have to wait for that. And we can open vCenter server with 5442 548 port also for monitoring and administration purpose. We can use this web console. We'll ask for in administrator ID and password. We will give the single sign-on administrator ID and password here. Okay. As there is a hardware constraint, so it is taking time in our real environment. It will not take much time. So we will type this administrator ID. This is a single administrator ID, single sign-on administrator ID. So you can see that exception in invoking authentication handler 503 service unavailable. So this service is not yet started. So it is not started. So it will take a little bit time. And now I think it will start because that authentication service is started. We will check in our web console here the services which needs to start automatically. Okay. So guys, as it is taking a little bit time, so I'm pausing the video recording and I will come back to you once it is started. Okay. So here guys, you see that already some the web console is open with 5480 port, and you can, this is a vCenter server management console, and you can see that the services, you can check the services, which services are started, which services are stopped, which services are going to, the services with licensing services is already showing the starting. So the services which are showing starting, those services are yet to start. So these two services, VMware vCenter services are showing starting and license services are showing starting. That's why here this console 192.168.159.14, that vCenter web console is showing no healthy upstream. Once those services will be started, it will also open, and it will show the vSphere client web console login, like that window will show. Then we will see it once the services will be started. So we have to check, okay, whether the services has started or not from this network services options. So for our faster, to make the vCenter servers faster, I have shut down temporarily this other ESXi host, and we will start it once the vCenter server will be started. Okay. So let's check if it is started or not. vCenter authority service is started, and still one service is started, and now this vCenter licensing service is started, and now only the vCenter service is yet to start. Once it will be started, then you can see that this licensing service is already started, and now vCenter VMware vCenter service is yet to start. When it will be started, then this option will be open. Still, it is showing no healthy upstream. Okay. So this is a point you can note it down. This is a error. It's a very common error, no healthy upstream. This is because of due to hardware constraint. Because if your hardware is good, then these services will be started very fast. Otherwise, it will take a little bit time. Okay. Till then, hang on. I will come back to you once it will be started. Okay. So now both the services have started. You can see as I told you, launch vCenter client HTML5 option is there. The web console is open. Click on it. It will ask for user ID and password. You have to put the user ID and password of the vCenter server, that is root and the administrator password. It will open a vSphere client. vSphere client web console. Okay. So just see the basic difference. This is the vCenter server management app. We have to the IP address will be same, but for server management we have to give the port :5480, and in case of vSphere client web console, in that case you need not to give the port, mention the port, only the server IP address or the host name will be sufficient to open the console of vCenter server. With vCenter services, with this vCenter server management, you can check the server hardware. You can monitor the health, CPU, memory, disk, network, and database. You can check the networking here. You can edit the networking here. You can change the DNS server host name and all these things. You can add the firewall here with that. You can synchronize the time. You can start stop as per your requirement the services, and you can update your vCenter server management version. You can check the syslog also from here, and you can configure the syslog also here. Okay, and you can configure the backup also. You can take the backup here. You can schedule the backup here also. Okay, so this is the vCenter server management console, and this is vCenter vSphere client, from where the vCenter we can add cluster, you can add data center, you can add the host, you can add the virtual machine. This web console is will be used for that, and this vCenter server management will be used to to maintain and monitor and configure the vCenter server. Okay, these are the basic difference. So we will put here the as administrator and the password. Okay. So login again, it will take a little bit time. So this is the main difference, and you can see that if you start vCenter in the meantime, what we will do, we will start once this web console will be opened. After that, we will start this ESXi 7.1 and ESXi 7.2, the other ESXi host. Okay. So friends, this is the console. It is already opened. So we we are we can see that these are the hosts we have already added. I will discuss it later. Actually, I have created one new data center, and I have added two separate cluster, and in the cluster we have added ESXi host. One is 15 and one is 7. And within that ESXi host, I have created the virtual machines. So this is the web console of VCSA techlabtechno.com, my vCenter server for test lab environment. Okay, so I have already discussed the difference between the two consoles. So we will discuss in detail in my next video. Thank you.